Well, good morning and welcome. We'll wait a few minutes to let people log on and we'll get started here on our workshop. Appreciate everyone signing up and participating today. It's 10:01. I think we'll get started about 10:02, 10:03. We value your time and we know that you're busy, and we'll keep this to under an hour today. So welcome and appreciate everybody joining. And Abraham, do you see the PowerPoint?
I do.
Great. So go ahead and get started. Good morning. My name is Darren Gale. I'm the Assistant City Manager here with the City of Brentwood. And we're excited that all of you have joined in and participating in our first of our monthly small business virtual workshops. And today is Business Planning 101. Background, the City of Brentwood, we have the slogan of everything's better in Brentwood, which I totally believe. And one of the things we want to do is have a business retention and expansion program. So the city's economic development team is out and we're trying to attract additional employers here for those people who are having on a daily basis to travel and they're stuck in traffic on the 4. But one of the best ways that we can grow actually employment opportunities is by supporting our local small mom and pop businesses here. That might be a business that's already in operation, or it might be a business that someone just has a thought, or it's a side hustle that they're working a full-time job, but they have something going on. And today we really see kind of being that first step. So if you're a new business or an old business, let me tell you, a business plan is a key part of that. And we're excited about our presenter today. So we plan on having monthly virtual workshops. These workshops will be recorded, so if you can't participate live, they'll be on our website. Here's a list of a few that we have coming up. We have SBA lending programs. We have business banking basics. How about if you're in your home and you're looking to negotiate a lease? We'll have one about kind of the ABCs of finding your right space. And then in October, we'll have one on marketing on a budget. How can you use social media and social media ads? And, if you're thinking about radio and TV, what can you do there? But really marketing on a budget. So let me first start by introducing our economic development team. You have myself, as I mentioned, I'm the Assistant City Manager. And then we have Ricardo Noguera, who will be on these. Who's our economic development manager, and then Abraham Salinas is our senior analyst here in the city manager's office. At this time, I'll turn it over to Abraham, and he'll introduce today's program.
Thank you, Darren. As Darren mentioned, my name is Abraham Salinas. I'm a senior analyst here with the Economic Development Division. And today we have Nancy Mangold. Nancy Mangold is the executive director for the East Bay Small Business Development Center. She's helped assist, in 2023 alone, she helped assist 1,700 small businesses in the East Bay. Dr. Mangold was a professor of Cal State East Bay for 38 years and interim dean for the College of Business and Economics in 2021-2022. She received several professional awards and recognitions, including the 2009-2010 U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission appointment in Washington, D.C., as well as several other awards. Her commitment to assist small businesses to recover and thrive from the pandemic led her to apply for the SBDC grants from the U.S. Small Business Administration to start the East Bay SBDC in 2022. She also received grants from Alameda County, City of Hayward, City of Antioch, and the City of San Leandro to assist small businesses. Her work with the East Bay SBDC has delivered a significant impact for the East Bay region. So we're really fortunate to have Nancy here today to be able to walk you folks through starting a business plan and the basics.
And before we turn over to Nancy, we're very excited that we provided a grant to our local Chamber of Commerce. And our local Chamber of Commerce is actually working with the SBDC to try to have a staff member located in Brentwood on a regular basis, or I shouldn't say regular, on a monthly basis here in our community. So Nancy, we're excited to have you.
And
Thank you.
sorry, just real quick, we do have a Q&A in the chat. So if you do have any questions, feel free to include those in there. And then as we go along, I can read some of those out, and then maybe Nancy can try and address those. But we do have an hour, and then we'll try and leave some time at the end for some Q&A as well. All right, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks to the City of Brentwood for inviting me to share the Business Plan 101 with you. It is my pleasure to help you to understand the business plan today. I'm Nancy Mangold. As it was mentioned by Abraham, that I've been a long-term professor at Cal State East Bay and the executive director for the East Bay SBDC. So today I was asked to talk about the business planning. So the first step in the business planning is really a business plan. So at the East Bay SBDC, we have helped many clients to prepare business plans. I myself personally have helped many businesses to prepare their business plan. So we'll be happy to share with you our what is a business plan, and also why do you need a business plan? So I'm going to share with you why you need a business plan and what a business plan looks like. And I'll also share with you some sample business plans. So to start, that business plan is a map really for small business owners and entrepreneurs. We hosted actually entrepreneur training workshops to help the students to prepare a complete business plan. So this business plan, so we do the full Entrepreneur Training Academy program for Alameda County. And in one of the series, we help the full entrepreneurs to prepare a business plan from the beginning to the end. The main purpose is really to show them where to go, a map that they know where they're going to, how they are going to get to where they want to be is starting that business, and really help each person to really think through your business. Have you thought about who are your customers? Have you thought about where is your market? If you're going to have a food truck, where are you going to go? And how many people do you need to work in your business? Do you need any equipment? How much financing do you need? And how much is your startup cost? So we want to help each client to think through these questions very carefully. And very important, a purpose for the business plan is to check whether your idea is good. So we help the clients to prepare the business plan. At the end, they will find out whether it's a good business or not, whether it's feasible to do, and whether they can make money or result in profit based on the plan. So it's much better to know where your idea is good and where you're going to be profitable before you start a business than to start a business and to know that you're running out of money and you don't have customers. And also a business plan really helps the small business to plan, then to communicate their ideas to funders, investors, their friends, and their employees. and they also can stay on track toward their goals. So we build in the milestone in the business plan so they will know whether they achieved their goals according to the timetable. So that is what is a business plan. So let me elaborate a little bit more as to why you need a business plan. First, it really helps to help you to make very strategic decisions. Without a business plan, if you move ahead to start a business, you really haven't sat down to really think through major components of your business before you get started. A business can provide very strategic directions and help business to avoid mistakes. And that's another reason for the business plan. And the second purpose for the business plan is to prove your business is really viable. You planned out exactly how you're going to turn that vision into a successful business is a really important step toward making that dream into a reality. So I know all the entrepreneurs come to us with beautiful dream about, offering certain product or services. But is that dream? Can you test that dream to make sure that is viable to turn that into a business in reality? So business plan helps you to confirm that your goal, your dream will make good business sense. The third aspect why you need a business plan is to understand the market. So in the business plan, we ask all our participants to go through a market analysis to understand your competition, where they are right now, why you want to come into the market, and you have a market, and we'll do a market analysis. So you can understand whether you have a market and how many potential customers will be there. Who are your target customers? What are their profiles? Are they the young children or are they professionals? Are they families? Are they, retired people? Who needs your services? And how big is this population? So we want you to do the market analysis first before you walk into a business. So this will help you to have much more concrete plans and that you can sell your idea better. Another very important purpose for the business plan is to identify opportunities. So an entrepreneur will go into a business because they have this great idea. So we have business come to us. They have this very healthy choice for consumers that is not available on the market right now, or they have a very niche product that nobody's offering. And maybe they're offering a much more convenient services that for customers. So actually business plan can, by doing the market research and by reading the customers and studying your competition, you actually will identify your opportunities, some unique opportunities that is for your business. So that's another good purpose of the business plan is to help you to see and identify these opportunities. Of course, with a plan, then you will be able to achieve your goals. So a business plan will set out your goals in the long term and in the short term, and you will be able to check your milestones and benchmarks to see if you achieve your goal and whether you can get the return that you are looking for. One very important purpose for the business plan is to help the business to avoid mistakes, big mistakes. What if you decided to start a restaurant and you find out there's no market, no customers, or not as many customers for your restaurant or for your niche concept? So we always ask our business participants to test out their ideas, test out the market, to use pop-ups, demos, farmers market to test out the ideas before and do a step-by-step instead of just incur a lot of cost to open a restaurant. If you don't plan well, you may find out, even your business is growing, you didn't provide enough capital for the growth. So sometimes the lack of capital will actually force the business not to be able to continue. And sometimes when the business starts, and they will find out the hardest thing is to get employees. Very hard to hire people. And they couldn't get enough for their kitchen or for their IT services so this actually can be very fatal if you find out that you don't really have a team that can work to support your business ideas. And sometimes business will find out the competition is really, really stiff, and that forces them to lower their prices, that they are not able to make money. And also, you could make a pricing error. Sometimes you think your product is really great. You want to charge a premium price and find out the customers may not be able to accept that price. Or you charge it too low, and it results in that you're not able to make any profit. So a business plan is really critical in help to guide you to avoid all these mistakes you may encounter. The most important reason for the business plan is really to secure financing. So why do you need a business plan for financing? I work with many banks and financial institutions. So to get startup funding and for early entrepreneurs is the hardest to get financing for business. Do you know what the reason is? Is because you don't have a history. The bank doesn't know whether you can deliver what you said if you want $300,000. And how do they know your business is going to succeed? How do they know you have the experience and expertise to really execute or carry out your business, to carry out the business? So usually the banks will only fund the established businesses because they have a history, they have the profit and loss from the previous years that the bank can see, and they base on your past performance, the bank will know what you have been excellent in executing your business ideas, and they have the trust in you to make the loans to you. For a brand new entrepreneur, if you want to start a new business, it's really difficult to persuade someone to give you money. That's because you have no record. Because maybe you've been an employee working full time in an IT company. Now you want to run a food business. So the investor doesn't know whether you have the ability to run the food business. So that's why business plan is extremely important for funding the startups and the early entrepreneurs. So why would they give you any funding? Because they can study your business plan. So the business plan will tell them that you are capable, you have the expertise, you have the experience, you know what you're going into, you know how much you need, and you can implement and carry this out. So business plan is your step toward getting financing, particularly for early stage and startups. What if you're an established business? Let's say if you have a business right now and you want to expand, you want to open a second store, you want to open a third store because you are very successful. Now, do you need a business plan? Yes, you do. Because how would the bank know if you add the second store, what is your financial going to be like? Would you make enough money or profit to pay back the additional loan you borrow? So they use business plan to gauge your expansion plan, why you need the second bakery, why you need the second car wash, in order to, and what will your business look like if you do add an additional bakery and how many customers will come in, how much profit you're going to have. So really the main reason for business plan is to help your investors, bankers, lending institutions, or even you, if you're trying to get money from your family, your friends, they want to know what your ideas are, where they will lead to, what will it become. They want to see some kind of vision and a product from you so they can feel comfortable to invest in your business. So that is a very critical reason that why you need a business plan, because a business plan can help the entrepreneurs communicate your vision and outline the business to your investors or lenders. And it will help you to attract fundings from bank or other investment. So particularly if you are a new startup IT company, you're working on AI projects, and you want to pitch to the venture capital, and you absolutely need a very, very good business plan and pitch deck. And if you want to borrow from a bank, or even if you want to sell your company in the future, you need to lay out the business. You need to have a business plan to lay out how you plan to sell your business in order to get funding. So basically, anyone who is going to put money into your company is going to want to know it's in good hands and it is a good business for the long run, and they will get their money and they will get their returns. So business plans are the most effective ways to, and it's really required for anyone seeking outside financing. Now, next, I want to talk about what is in a business plan. So here is a general outline of a business plan. So you will write an executive summary and you will provide a company summary and identify opportunities, why you are in this, why you want to start this business. And you will share your execution plans. And in part 5, you tell your investors who is going to do the work. Do you have a team to do the work? And the last part is the very important financial plan. So I go into each one of these now. So executive summary basically summarizes your entire business plan. So we'll start with the company summary. First of all, you need to tell people who you are. What is your company? What have you done in the past? What is your history? What is your past performance? If you have a history, or even if you're starting up, if you have run the business for 1 year or 6 months, you would tell that 6 months what you have done. Or if you sold any cookies to to other consumers, and you will share that history. Another important part of the company summary is to specify who owns the company. Are you the sole owner of your business? Do you have partners? Who are your partners? Who makes the decisions for your company? And next, you want to identify your company's legal structure. Are you a sole proprietor? Yeah, you are fully responsible. Or are you a partnership? You have a formally organized as a partnership. And there are different structures for the partnerships. And are you a LLC, limited liability company, that shelters you from some risk or the liabilities? Or are you a S Corp? Are you a C Corp? So each investor would definitely want to know what is your legal structure? Of course, you want to provide a brief statement here about your product and services. What are you going to sell? What is your business idea? What product is you going to sell? So basically, in the company summary section, you want to give your investors a good idea of who you are, who owns the company, are you structured. So what kind of risk the investors will, because the legal structure would tell the investors what type of risk they will face. And briefly, your product, your services. Now for the second portion is the opportunities. So in the opportunities section, you want to identify what are the problems, what are your solutions that you're bringing, where is your target market, and how is the competition right now. So I go into each of these, but I want to give you a brief, big outline of what this section is about. So in writing your business plan, first of all, you want to identify what the problems are and what kind of problem you're trying to solve. So basically, this section is you want to describe why you need to exist. Well, if there are 10 restaurants in Brentwood already in what, in the five block area, why do they need a new restaurant? If there are 5 beauty shops already, why do you need to exist? Are there unmet needs or wants that you can identify? You can say, you may be able to identify that these are sit-down restaurants that do not offer really quick service, or they do not offer very healthy food. And you come in here with very healthy food that people are looking for these days, with no, very healthy or natural or good ingredients go into your restaurant. Are there unmet wants that you are trying to meet? So basically, you need to identify what problems you're trying to solve for your customers. What are the unmet needs on the market and unmet wants on the market that you will come in to provide that service? Does your customer need a better product? We have many businesses, they come in with healthy beauty products, healthy food products, healthy snacks, or healthy food for their pets. They all come in with a better products than what is offered on the market. Or are you trying to solve a problem that the prices are simply too expensive and you can produce a product with a cheaper price? You can offer a cheaper product, but equally good quality. Or is there no healthy choices on the market and then you want to come in with a healthy choice? There are many allergies right now. So we have some students or participants in our program, they are producing gluten-free cookies. It's interesting, we have one brother-sister team because they have gluten issue. So in college, they just, from the youth, they couldn't eat a lot of stuff offered on the market. So they decided so the sisters spent a lot of time to, find gluten-free, but taste good and healthy. So she started to make that themselves. So they came to our program and the brother-sister team actually produced wonderful gluten-free cookies. And now they're ready to take to the market. And we also have people coming with very healthy choice that's not on the market, produced with very, very healthy ingredients for the consumers. So think about what your customers needs. Sometimes it's because they need a better location, more convenient, maybe there's more parking in that location, or maybe there's better foot traffic in that location, and more convenient service. I'm helping a entrepreneur who wants to start a car wash. And so he bought a car repair shop and turned it into a car wash. And he is providing 24-hour service on the car wash because he does not need people to operate the car wash, and people can go in there and just do the car wash themselves. And he offers membership. So if you're a member, you actually can go in there to start a car wash, even in the inconvenient hours. So he is providing a healthy and also a convenient service for clients, and environmental friendly product. And also this car wash, they're using different soaps, um, and that is very much better. And they recycle their water to give environmentally friendly service. So identify how you're going to produce a product or service that is different and that will meet the needs of your clients. That is what you need to identify in the problem section. With the problem, you come in to solve this problem. So what is your solution? How are you going to solve the problem? So people can go to the car wash from 10 to 6 or 10 to 8. And what do they do if they get off work late at 8 o'clock and they want to do car wash? So my client will provide the solution with automatic car wash, and that the client can go anytime to do the car wash. So that is his solution for that to solve the convenience problem. And so solutions, you need to describe what the problems are, what are the unmet needs on the market, and how you can meet that needs. These two are very, very important because you want to be very unique and you want to differentiate yourself from everyone else. That's why customers will buy from you. Why wouldn't they go to the other car wash? Why do they come to you? Why wouldn't they go to other food suppliers and they'll come to you? So you want to identify what is so unique about you. What's so special about you and your company? And that will set you apart from the competition. Is that because you offer gluten-free bread, gluten-free cookies that nobody else offers or very hard to get? You're offering less fat, very good ingredients or organic ingredients, or to make your sauce or product. So we have some entrepreneurs, they're chefs in restaurants, but people really love their sauce. So that's why they're taking this, they want to bottle the sauce they make and market. So you want to identify what is so unique and special about your company that will make you different, why people want to buy from you, what kind of solution you are providing. Next, very, very important, we teach our participants how to identify their target market and the potential market size and the potential segments for your market. So first of all, let me mention about what is your target market. Is your target market kids? Because you're producing some snacks for the kids, or is your target market teenagers? Or is your market adults? And what type of adults? And or your target market, those healthy conscious people. Or your target market families. So first you have to think very, very hard about who are your key customers. If you want to sell your product, are these your colleagues? Are they the families in your areas? Actually, I usually help our clients to identify the zip code in their area. So we do have a database can identify what type of people live in this zip code and what their incomes are, what their education levels are, and what their ages are. And we compared that with the county level. We compared that with other state level as well. So we help our customers, our clients, to do a research to study what their target market. So are you targeting multiple customers? So the car wash client that I'm talking about, that I'm assisting, and he identified the target market to be car lovers because he can provide the service doesn't harm or the very expensive cars or very good cars and doesn't harm it to have it's very gentle on the cars that doesn't harm any paint or any surface of the car. And he uses very so he's identified the car lovers, and he also identified those customers who love to keep their cars clean and would like to come often and to get their cars clean. So I help him to identify the zip code area and where his customers are. And he identified the businesses that owns a fleet of cars. So they may want to have cars cleaned, and also maybe rental car businesses, and also they have a fleet of cars that they need to have it constantly clean. So that is, you identify, you have multiple segments, you have individuals, you have families, you can have fancy car lovers or owns fancy cars who needs extra care, or the companies that owns a fleet of cars that need to wash all the time. So based on those segments, and we can help these clients to go in there to identify how big the target market is and how many people live in that zip, and based on their income level, maybe these are your potential clients. So that's how we identify the target market, the market size, how many people live in the zip code, how many are professionals who need your service, or how many kids, what the population of families, and that may need your service. And we identify the different segments. And that is how we help our clients to study their target market. And the next is very, very important that every funders or financial institution wants to know is how you stand up to your competition. What is the competition doing? Why are you going to be better than your competition? So we usually help our clients to study their current competitors. We ask them to study their current competitors. What are your competitors offering? What product and services are people buying from them? So if you're going to food businesses, there's a fast food, and do the fast food provide the healthy choice? The restaurants, do restaurants provide this type of unique food that you're going to offer? And what are their prices like? Whether you have a sit-down dinner or you have a takeout from a supermarket, or you have fast food, or how you going to get your food, and what prices they charge, what their services provide. And so we ask each of our clients during the business plan to study some competitions. So I want my car wash clients to actually go study at other car washes, send somebody there to see how many cars come in and out of their competitors in a day or in half a day, that we can make an inference of what kind of market there is. So, and we ask them to identify several competition and how much they charge, what other services is, do they provide premium car wash, regular car wash, or special type of car wash, or do they provide monthly membership or yearly membership, and what does that membership price look like, and what are the services included in the membership? So you want to study all your competition to make sure that when you bring your price to the market, it will you will serve your customers the right price and your product is better than others. So in this section, you also want to emphasize what is your competitive advantage. So you have very good environmentally sound ingredients go into this car wash, and you have, your equipment is very advanced and it can do it in a short time than to take a long time. And your advantage is people don't have to wait in line to wait for a car wash. And they can come in anytime with their membership card, and they can come even in the evenings when the car wash is not open to do the car wash. So what special pattern you have, and what are the unique ingredients to your business? So anything to elaborate what is your competitive advantage compared to your competitors, what you have that is not being offered by your competitors. Or maybe you have a pricing advantage. You are selling it cheaper than your competitors, but yet your product is good. So think about all this issue. This is very important to identify why are you unique, why your product and services they need, and how you stand up against your competitors, and what are your competitive advantages. So let me just recap this section. Here is we call the opportunity section. You identify the problems, and you will what the problems on the market that you need to solve, and what are your solutions. Based on what you propose, who are your target market? How big is your target market? And where are you in terms of your competition? How many competitors out there? Or maybe you have no competition. Or maybe there are lots of competition, and you want to study the competition and see your competitive advantage. And next session, you want to tell the investors how you're going to execute your great idea. So the implementation and the execution. So I break this down to 3 areas: marketing and sales, how you're going to run the operations, what are your milestones and metrics that you want to track. So let's start with marketing and sales. So you always need a marketing plan, and you need the sales plan. So you need to explain how you're going to get your products or services out to your customers, out to the market. So how are you going to let people know about your product or your market? You have this great gluten-free cookies. How are you going to let people know that this is great offering that you can pitch to your clients here, and where to find your market, and how do you let them know? So you will need to come up with a marketing plan. Are you going to use advertising, print advertising, or flyers, putting out ad in the newspaper, or putting out with ad with search engines? So how are you going to advertise your product? What is the most effective way to let your customers know? Are you going to use email marketing? Do you know how to get the email list of all those potential customers that you can email them about your products? How about content marketing? So if you're selling a consulting service, you want to share it with them about your expertise by offering expert opinions so you will put out, on certain content, your research or your insights, or what is happening on the market in your field. So you can use all types of content marketing to attract your customers. Or you may want to develop a social media marketing. So we had one city, San Leandro, came to us and say, well, we're going to have a restaurant week. Can you help our restaurants to promote the restaurant week to get customers to their stores? So we have an advisor who specializes in social media marketing. So we help the customers to design a social media marketing strategy a month before the restaurant week. So hopefully, if they execute the social media marketing, they will get customers excited, interested about their restaurant week offering. So they will go to the store. So in this section, in the execution part, you explain how you're going to get the word out about your product and to let your customers know you are here, you're offering your product and services. So here is the marketing plan and sales. So if you have a business that requires a salesperson to do the marketing, then you can come up with a sales plan for different people to, because you have IT software stuff and you need to pitch people to do demos in order to get people to buy into your product. Then you have to have a sales plan to get the salespeople out there, particularly to sell your technology product. The second part is the operations. So the banks will always want to know, where is your location? So if you are a bakery, you want to buy a second store, where do you plan to locate? And why you want to locate there? How much is the rent there? What kind of traffic you have there? So this would tell the finance institutions in terms of location. And also you want to think about your software, your hardware, or other IT, information technology you plan to use later to operate your business. So if you're a retail store, you will need a POS system to try to collect money to do sales. So you may need to have some software and hardware to start the POS system so you can collect money using credit card, or you can record your cash sales or credit card sales. So you may need a terminal, and you may need some other software if you want to track customer loyalty. In other words, who comes into the store to buy product from you? Who are they? How can I give them a discount later that they can come in? So you may want to think about a loyalty program, a customer loyalty program to track these customers coming into your store. So you'll be able to convert them into one-time customer into more regular customers. So you want to think about the software, the hardware related to information technologies. So many of the software and hardware, how about your accounting system? How do you track of your revenues? How do you track all the expenses you pay to buy all the materials and supplies for your company, and track your employee cost? So there's HR involved. So you may want to think about these software and hardware. So to track your revenues, to collect money, to track your revenues, to track your customers. And another part is equipment and tools. If you're a manufacturing company, certainly you will need the manufacturing equipment. So where are they going to come from? What model it is? And what is the capacity? How much it's going to cost? And how long it's going to be used for? So if you want to start a bakery, you may need a very good commercial oven with large capacity, or mixer to make your doughs, to make your bread or cookies. So think about the equipment that you need to operate your business. The next part is to list your key milestones and so that you hope to accomplish. And also the key metrics and the dates that you want to accomplish this. So which performance metrics are most important to you? So if you want to open the car wash, so your milestone may be, a year from now, I want to open the car wash. But before then, I need to obtain the financing to help me to buy these equipment. So you may set a date, or your major milestone is obtain financing. And with the financing, the next milestone may be to completely renovate and remodel the current space to make it into a car wash place. And the third milestone may be to open the car wash and to have a demo or to invite all the fancy car owners to have a special event and to attract customers. And maybe you want to, next milestone may be to reach certain revenue or reach certain level of customers. You want 100 cars come by to do, every month you have maybe 1,000 car wash done, or maybe each day there is 100 cars on average done the car wash. Maybe 6 months later, you want to increase that to 200 cars, 200 car wash every, each month, and you increase your goal. So maybe your milestone will be you'll reach certain profit level at certain time. So you set the milestones and the key metrics, like what I mentioned, reaching certain number of customer level, reaching certain profit level, or reaching certain sales level. These could be your key metrics. So in the execution, stating how you're going to market your product, who are you going to hire if you have a product that requires salesperson, particularly in technology, how you use them to sell a product, and your operations, your locations, what kind of equipment you're going to acquire in order to run your business, and how are you going to measure your success by your metrics and milestones. The next part is the company. So you have a plan, you have a location, you have the equipment, you have the things that you can open the store, but who is going to run it? So that is the next part, is the execution in terms of the companies. So company management team. So you want to list all the members of the people who is going to run the store for you, or run the IT consulting, or run the AI software business for you. And you want to, particularly if you are pitching for AI product, you want to describe each person's specific skills and their experience in developing AI and what they will be doing for the company here. And you also want to mention any mentors or investors. Oops, I didn't realize the time. I better go faster. So you want to mention any advisors that you are going to have and their special qualification expertise. So the last part is the financial plan. In the financial plan, you want to look at forecast. You want to forecast next 3 years so the investor will know what you're going to achieve in terms of your financial objectives in the next 3 years. And in terms of financing, how you're going to get the financing, what you're going to use it for, and provide some of the forecast financial statements. So the forecast, you will provide revenue by month for the first year, expenses by month for the first year, and your profit and loss statement for the first 3 years. So that is expected by the financing community. Here, we can, at the SBDC, we can certainly help you to help you to learn how to prepare forecasts and do the profit and loss statement here. Financing, this is a very important part. If you're looking for loans or investment, how much do you need? What do you want to use it for? So if you're using the investor's money, then we need to know if you need $100,000, $200,000. So why do you need $100,000? Because you need to buy equipment that will cost $100,000. You need some initial working capital that will be $50,000. And you need some inventory that's another $25,000, and you want to have $25,000 on hand to facilitate all the initial period. So you need to identify exactly how much you're going to use the money for. And how much you need and what you use the money for. So this is very crucial information to the investors, so they will know whether to invest in your company and how you're going to use it to deliver this business to success. And the last part is the different statements. Your projected profit and loss statement, you will show your revenue, your operating expenses in terms of salaries, employee-related expenses, and other rent, utilities, and all these expenses. And investors are interested to know what is your bottom line in terms of profit, or you're going to have a loss when you're going to turn a profit. And the next statement expected is a projected balance sheet. So on the top side, you list all your assets, such as cash, inventories, your long-term assets, such as your equipment that you purchased, and the related depreciate, wear and tear, that's called the accumulated depreciation. On the bottom side, you want to list all your current liabilities, what you owe, by the end of the year, how much you owe your suppliers in terms of accounts payable, how much you owe in sales tax, do you have any short-term debt to the banks, and do you have any long-term debt? And the final part is the owner's equity. So this includes the owner's investment, the accumulated earnings from the years, and this year's income. So that is the owner's equity. This is the basic balance sheet for the next 3 years. And the third statement, usually we help the clients to produce for the banks, is the projected cash flow statement. You will document how much income, cash flow will come into the business and how much is the cash flow that you need for investing and to pay back interest and loans and so on. So we'll produce this cash flow statement. So that is basically the content of the business plan. I was going to show a couple examples, but I don't know whether I have time to show it or not. So I'll stop here and turn it back to Abraham.
Nancy, thank you. So what I'd like to do is maybe we can open up some questions, and then if people would like to stick around, since we're basically at the end of the hour, they can. And if you have time, Nancy, we would love to see the examples, but maybe we could open up to questions right now.
One more thing I want to mention is if you need help with this business plan, East Bay SBDC provides free consulting services to business. We do one-on-one consulting services to help people to prepare business plan, to help them to access capital. We also offer workshops and trainings. So in fall, we'll be offering an entrepreneur workshop that includes how to prepare a business plan.
Yeah, Nancy, that's a great point. So any of the services provided by the Small Business Development Center, I think all of them are free. Is that correct, Nancy?
Correct.
So if they set you up with a consultant, just know you're never going to be sold on a product. It is a free service that's being provided through federal funding through the federal government. And one of the things that they're supposed to track is employment, number of new jobs, and lending. So this is exactly what they do. That's what they're paid to do. And we're excited that Nancy's the executive director, and we have an SBDC center located so close to Brentwood. So is there anyone that had a question that you'd like to, if you raise your hand, we could turn on your mic and you could ask a question. Also, as you see here, this is where you can connect directly with Nancy. Audrey will go ahead if you'd unmute yourself, Audrey.
I think you're on mute, Audrey.
Okay, there you go, Audrey. You're off mute. We're not hearing you. Audrey, we're going to go to Heather, and then we'll come right back to you.
Audrey put in a chat to see if she can get the slides.
Okay.
So yeah, I sent the slides to Abraham, so Abraham can decide whether he wants to share the slides.
Yeah, we'll be sending you a follow-up email and also posting the recording as well as the slides on the city's website.
So Heather, go ahead, ask your question.
Hi. So, great information, by the way. Thank you, Nancy.
You're welcome.
Could the services be like where we do homeschool? And I think teaching the youth these things in like a way for them to do, is there something that we could do with the services, with like providing it for some homeschool kids that are interested in like even on a small scale, like a lemonade stand, and like teaching them like, oh, this is what you need to do so they can start thinking outside the box.
Yes, we can help you to speak to these kids if you like. Mhm.
Okay, perfect. So I would just like email and we can kind of work out a plan.
Yes, you let us know what you need to see if we can facilitate your needs. Mhm.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you.
Great. Are there any other questions right now?
We have some in the Q&A, Darren. How can we contact them? And by them, I'm assuming the SBDC. I included the website in the chat, and then I think I'll also drop in Nancy's contact information if you're okay with that, Nancy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. But also included in the slides that will be sent in a follow-up email because I think someone had asked that as well. And then Carrie is asking, oh no, just we got some gratitude. This is much appreciated. And it looks like they dropped off. And then Tiffany Stewart is asking, what if I only need help with marketing? How much does it cost?
Well, first of all, we do have several marketing specialists. They will help you with branding, with every aspect, email marketing, content marketing, social media marketing. So we have expertise in all these areas to help you to create a marketing plan or marketing materials. And the cost is completely free to you. So you can follow my last slide, go to either contact us or do a signed up at our website, and we will be able to to assign you these marketing specialists as advisors to you to do one-on-one consulting completely free.
Nancy, if you wouldn't mind, I wouldn't, if you have time, if you would you be okay? Can you share a couple, or do you need to move to your next meeting?
Share the sample business plan?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, I would be happy to. So this is a Kona Q healthy restaurant, and you can see this is the this is the table of contents. You can see it follows what I mentioned, executive summary to talk about the mission, objectives, and key to their success, and followed by a company summary to talk about the company history, company's ownership, and services. Then followed by market analysis on the target market segment and the service business plan. Then go to the execution on strategy and implementation to talk about the marketing strategy, sales strategy, as well as the milestones they're trying to achieve, milestones, and web plan summary. That's also their marketing strategy. Next, the execution plan is the management. What are their personnel plans? How much is going to, because it will relate to later how much it's going to cost, and the financial plans in terms of the important assumptions, break-even analysis, and projected profit and loss statement, and projected balance sheet, and the different appendix. So this is what a business plan will look like. Start with the executive summary to summarize the market, the service and the product, competitive edge, then management, maybe show a few highlights, the mission, the objective. So let me read about their mission is to become the premier fast casual dining experience. This will be accomplished by offering an unprecedented experience coupled with great food and reasonable prices. So this is what this Kona Q restaurant is trying to accomplish. And their objective is to become the premier fast casual restaurant in every market and to open a new store in every 12 months. Very ambitious and offer high quality food and wonderful experience. So key to their success is offer simple, delicious menu items, treat every customer as they are the only customer, design and employ strict financial controls. So followed by company summary, company history, and the past performance, and some of the past performance in the last 3 years because they purchased another restaurant. So this is the former restaurant's performance. You can see there's a lot of sales and gross profit, but when it comes to the net, the profit is very minimal or zero. So here, and company's ownership, services. So they're providing chicken skewer, teriyaki or curry, just to give you some idea, beef skewer, vegetable skewer, and so on with some other items. Now the market analysis, that is, I want to point out a few things here. So they're targeting 2 segments. One is a family segment, and that would be 66-7% of the dinner time revenues here. And segments was this segment, they study that they will have, this is the customer profile. They have about 2.4 children, and they will have greater than $50,000 in household income. And they study this group has 67% has undergrad degree and 26% has graduate degree. And they go out to eat 1.6 times a week and dinner out as a meal replacement, sophisticated family that live within 3 miles of the site. So this is the first segment. The second segment that will come in for lunch, and that is 69% of the lunchtime revenues is individuals. And they age 19 to 47, individual income about $36,000, 72 over 23 have undergrad education, and this group eats out about 2.3 times a week, young professionals that live near the location or shoppers that patronize the nearby high-rent stores. So here is their market analysis, and they have what they expect the potential sales to be, and they assume they will grow at 9% for families and 8% for individuals here. And so this is based on the market analysis that they identify the families in blue and individuals in red. Service analysis, in other words, their competition. So they have competition from fast food, McDonald's and Burger King, pizza, delivery and dine-in, buffets, or you can eat restaurants nearby, lounges, combining food and alcohol, or fine dining, and fast casual. So they study their competition in all these categories. So they look at the variety of competitors and study that. So that is that section. And the implementation, they will leverage their 2 competitive advantages to gain the market share. So their competitive advantage, so I mentioned the competitive advantage is very important. So the first part is experience. They want to provide customers a really great experience. The second competitive advantage is fast, healthy food alternative. And marketing strategy, how do they market? They will use print materials, they use flyers, and entertainment book coupons. In terms of sales strategy, they want to use punch cards. In other words, if you buy 10 meals and the 11th meal will be free, and concentrating on customer experience to bring the customer back. So this is their sales strategy.
Nancy,
And
can I mention one thing?
yes,
So, for those who are participating, what I hope you see is that these things, they're not like they're not a novel, right? It's really, the information is really narrowed down. It's really focused. So all these items, as Nancy was talking through it, I hope you weren't thinking, oh man, I have to write, a 12-chapter book. It's literally, a couple paragraphs really whittled down, and just in my past experience and Abraham's past experience, we see this as two things, right? Nancy talked about going and getting lending and financing and things. The other part is, as you're growing your business or you're starting your business, it gives you that item to go back to say, okay, what do I want to do? And then if it changes, I would recommend that you actually make a change to your business plan. So as you continue to grow, that business plan, molds with you, and it looks back at all of the things that Nancy's been sharing. Sorry, Nancy, I just wanted to interject.
yeah, certainly a good point. You can see actually it's only the descriptive part is only 10 pages. All the rest is the forecast and the financial statements. You can see this has 30 pages, but only the main content we talked about is only 10 pages long. And that tells the story. And the rest is really the financial numbers. And we do have a template or worksheet that we can give to each business that they can fill in these numbers in the worksheet to produce all these sales forecasts and balance sheet statement and so on. So here is the sales forecast, sales monthly forecast, and they documented how much revenue will come from families in blue and how much revenue will come from the individuals in red. And we also then, so the first year you're expected to produce income by month, revenue and expenses by month. But for the next 2 or 3 years, you can just produce the annual sales and each year. And here are some milestones. Maybe you're interested in look at their milestone. Completion of the business plan is a milestone. Opening the second store is a milestone, and the profitability, they have some profitability goal and expansion to a new market, and these are their milestones. So here is a web plan and the management summary. So who are they going to have to execute the business plan? So they have Kevin, who is the owner and who would do almost everything, cook, and others like busing, dishwashing, cleaning, and the manager assigned to each store. So that is their personnel plan. Financial plan. So this is much more technical now. You may need, if you're not familiar with producing these, you can ask for an advisor or advisor to help you with this. So here is the cash flow for 3 years. How much cash will be coming in, how much cash will be going out, and are you going to have any cash left? So that is the plan to produce that, and that is the cash flow. And break-even analysis. In other words, when are you going to break even with no loss at all? Here is projected profit and loss. Well, the first years looks like there's all losses, but they're going to turn a profit and much better profit in the third year. So that's why you need a good business plan to see where you're going in 3 years. So the first 2 years are not encouraging, but the third year started to look good. And here's a gross margin. And here's a profit and loss statement. So by the third year, if they can hang in there for 2 years, the third year they will make a 10% profit at $51,000. So then we have the balance sheet of all the assets and liabilities. And here are some analysis ratios. I didn't discuss that today. So Here we have the appendix of the sales forecast, and we have the personnel cost, and we have the general assumptions, the interest rate, the long-term interest rate, tax rate, and so on. And here we have the profit and loss each month for the first year. Then we have the cash flow for the first year. And the balance sheet for the by months the first year. So after that, it will be, we just in the above part, we just need to do it annually. So this is a quick sketch of a business plan. Any questions? I can leave this with Abraham if you like.
Be more than happy to share that as well, Nancy.
Sure, I'll send it to you.
Okay. I'm not seeing any hands and no comments in the Q&A. I know we are over, but thanks for sticking around.
Great. So I'll finish this up here. Nancy, thank you very much for your time and all that you do at the Small Business Development Center. As I've mentioned, our Chamber of Commerce, in partnership with the city of Brentwood, is working on a partnership to have a staff member from the SBDC, one of their consultants, here in town on a regular basis. We will we'll be posting this to the website. We'll send out emails. We have all of your emails when you signed up, and we'll let you know about future ones. Like I said, we have the next 4 already set: a small business administration loan program, business banking, the ABCs of leasing, and marketing on a budget. So we hope that you'll come back, watch these. And then if you need, you'll be able to reference them on the website, and we'll send that out with information. It'll probably be brentwoodca.gov/workshops. So thank you for your time, Nancy. Thank you, Abraham. And until next time, we'll see you next month.
Thank you, everyone.